Okay, I'm back with another video. I'm going with Vlogmas. I'm gonna try to do it. This is Vlogmas day 3. But anyways, in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about Damon using Aaliyah. So without more to say, like, comment, and subscribe. Become part of the Krazy Conspiracy team and turn on your bell post notifications so that you'll be notified every time I drop a video. But anyways, let's get into it. If you know you're not gonna like this video, click out right now. That is just a big disclaimer / warning. And these are just my opinions. I don't feel like Damon was necessarily sincere to Aaliyah in so many ways. But anyways, the number one reason why I think Damon was using Aaliyah is because he wasn't even into African American women. And it's funny, I'm glad it's on an interview, but he actually said that Aaliyah wasn't like a black girl, she was like a white girl in a black girl's body. So that should tell you something right there. It does exist. I'm not gonna put the clip. If you want to go find it, but that was one thing he said that was a red flag. Like he didn't even like black girls, and he said that it was never intended for him to fall in love with Aaliyah. He just seen her as a cool person, and he probably wasn't feeling her because she was a black woman, and that's not what he likes. He likes women like Rachel Roy, Becky's with the good hair. So yeah, he didn't even like black women. That's one thing. The second thing is that when they were taking pictures on the red carpet for Planet of the Apes and the others, he just didn't really give that same facial expression as he did for Rachel Roy. You know, he was literally being freaky with Rachel Roy on the red carpet, and with Aaliyah they were more like friends, if you ask me. But his facial expressions was always different with Aaliyah. If you go to any pictures, he just looks not happy, and that's just me. You can think what you want to think. Facial expression and body language just shows it all. He didn't even touch her. Like, the next thing is the way he spoke about her. He would always speak about, and still to this day, he speaks about her like that was just his friend, his close friend, his good friend, rather than a girlfriend, you know. And everyone's saying that that was his girlfriend. You can see the difference between Selena and her husband Chris compared to Aaliyah and Damon. Like, Chris lost his wife. I know they were actually married, but he literally cried his eyes out at the funeral. He still does nice things for her and many more. Like, and then with Damon, all you have him doing is ratting out some of her business to interviewers online. Like, I don't think that he was sincere to Aaliyah. Why are you letting us know that she told you R. Kelly was a bad man? We didn't need to know that, especially from you, because apparently if she told you that, she trusted you. But he just have been doing snake things. He was about to do a whole, what was it, a reality show speaking on Aaliyah or whatever, which I thought was kind of crazy. And then out of nowhere, I guess he just turned it down and didn't do it at all. I don't know whatever happened to that, but every time he explains her or would explain her back in the day, it just sounded like friend vibes to me. He was a player. Now, it's not hard to see that he was a player. A lot of men back then was players. Like, men in the industry, I don't know, they find it amusing to pay women to receive sexual things, you know. He was a flirt. You can definitely tell in, what was it, one of Jay-Z's songs, I think it was Big Pimpin', when they were on the boat. He was literally like too close for comfort, you know, to have a girlfriend. I would not allow that. I'd be like, you know what, can you not have naked girls dancing on you or near you? Like, can you not touch them at all? Like, thank you, boyfriend, you know. But no, he was totally disrespectful. And then he turned around and worked with R. Kelly. And I'm pretty sure Aaliyah probably did tell him to just go ahead and do it, get his bank how he needs to. But as a boyfriend, you should definitely have permanent boundaries, you know. Respect your girl. He hurt her, right? That's what she told you. And then you turn around and work with him. You turn around and let your artist work with him. I think he was sleeping with women. On his list of dating, one of the girls was 19, Aaliyah's best friend, or one of her good friends back in the days. I think they were best friends, I'm not sure, but I kind of figured that her and Damon was just too close to be friends, like just too close basically. And if you know, you know. If you don't, look up Natine and Damon Dash or Aaliyah and Natine, and it should bring up tons of pictures. But Damon was a lot close to Natine, and I heard that Natine introduced Aaliyah to Damon. Two friends dating the same guy, and she's on Damon's dating list. Snake. He was a snake. It's not hard to see that. Just look what happened with him and Jay-Z. I mean, like, he literally played or tried to play Jay-Z, and Jay-Z was a smart businessman, and he literally threw Damon Dash in the garbage, literally, with one finger. Like in my magazine, I read that there was a witness who saw them at the Hamptons party, and Aaliyah and Jay-Z were cozy and they were hugging, and it looked like there was definitely chemistry between them. So Damon and Jay was supposed to be best friends back then, and you mean to tell me Damon goes and does some snake stuff behind Jay's back, his best friend? And like I said, I think that they were dating, but when you're dating somebody, there's no title. It's just a date. You can leave them whenever you want because you guys were dating. Belittling others. Now, Damon, he was self-centered. Like, he was belittling people. And there's this video on YouTube actually of him yelling at his team for doing something behind his back, and he was basically saying they should have told him before they did it, and you know, just mad, making them feel little, you know, and under him, which they was, but you should not want to have your team feel like that. Y'all should all be apart because they're working their butts off for you, you know, while you sit and dance in music videos with champagne and naked women. Like, he tried to belittle Jay-Z, and I think he kind of did by taking his girlfriend and kind of made Jay-Z look weak in a sense, which I don't see it that way because Damon is a snake. That was his best friend. Like, why would you do that? I wouldn't fight over no girl either, and it's no use because that's like me dating a guy and my best friend comes in and steals him. I can't do anything about it because we don't have a title. So what am I gonna fight about? I can't say that's my girlfriend because we were dating, you know? And dating doesn't really have a title. It's just talking to someone. The only reason why I feel like he even went for Aaliyah was because she had spotlight. She was more of a star who had the world's heart. People knew who she was. They knew what she looked like. She was on TV cameras, interviews, like you name it. They know who she is. But with Damon, they really didn't, people didn't really talk about him like that at all. He didn't really get awards. That was Aaliyah's thing. She was an artist. He was a behind the scenes type dude, you know. He would get into videos, but he was basically hiding behind his artist Jay-Z. But when a girl comes along who has the spotlight, he wants it. He takes that opportunity because Rachel Roy, she was just a fashion designer, and fashion designers are behind the scenes. He can't become a power couple with Rachel Roy like he could Aaliyah because Rachel Roy wasn't in the spotlight. He wanted Aaliyah's spotlight. She was literally rising very fast. She had movies up the butt. People were starting to know who she was, and Jay-Z, you know, not Jay-Z, Damon pops out with her during the Planet of the Apes premiere and the others premiere, and they're automatically talked about. He is too. Oh, Damon comes out with Aaliyah. They're dating. She has a boyfriend. She's dating Damon. That, you know, his name gets thrown out there and they start to know who he is, and Aaliyah gives him that clout. He sought an opportunity to get his name out there even more, his profile, if you will, out there, which it did work. I think it was all for attention, especially on his end. I'll get to Aaliyah's end in a minute, but I think that it was all to be seen, and it would explain why he was always in Jay-Z's music videos, if not all the time, and he was in Fiesta too. So he just wanted to be seen, but no one really talked about him like that until he came out with Aaliyah. You know, he was a CEO, he was popping, whatever, but behind the scenes he was. And then when he came out with Aaliyah, like I said, boom, everybody talking about how he is her boyfriend. He popped up with her on the red carpet, they're holding hands, they look in love. Like, I just feel like industry relationships is fake because they only get with people who are in the industry, because some of those celebrities want to be power couples. They're really not going to settle for unknown people. Some do, but they mainly go for other celebrities so that they can have a higher title and they become worth more together. Like Beyonce alone is not a billionaire, but because she's married to Jay-Z, who is a billionaire, that makes her a billionaire and it makes them together worth more, you know? So that's why Beyonce is not going to leave him. And I think that's what Aaliyah was going to do. She was going to marry Damon, who was a CEO. It was going to make her bigger and worth more. It was going to make him worth even more than he was. And that's how that was going to play out. But she was gaining from that herself too. It wasn't like she was blind or anything when it came to that. But Aaliyah was looking for the same thing, just kind of different. She was actually looking for a man with money, which, like I said, Damon was a CEO. He was basically popping, like one of the hottest out back then. Personally feel like she was groomed to do that. Go after whatever man is offering you anything. And I'm pretty sure Jay-Z was doing that. I heard that him and Jay-Z was gifting her gifts to join with Rockefeller. I heard that. But she was basically looking for a man with money, and she was content with Damon. Because he was a CEO, he was very successful. He had artists, he had movies coming out, he had music that he was, I don't know, like producing or directing. I don't know, I get them mixed up. I don't even know what he was when it came to putting out Jay-Z's music, but she was looking for somebody with money, and look at a man with money, and I think that her mom taught her that, and she was content with Damon, and Damon was higher than Jay-Z, which explains why she left him for Damon. Like, they wanted to be a power couple of Hollywood. Damon was a CEO. That's what she was looking for, a man with money, a man with cash that was willing to spend and do anything, you know. And he was looking for a name. Aaliyah acted white. He loved the fact that she acted white. I think that's what saved her when it came to him dating her. That's the only reason why he dated her, because she was white. He said it herself. She was like a white woman in a black girl's body, which I agree. That's a different video, but she passed for him. That automatically gave her a pass, and that's why he fell in love with her. Was Aaliyah a side chick? I think that she personally was when it came to Rachel and Damon. I think Rachel was the main chick. Yeah, I think Aaliyah was totally fine with being on the side. If she wasn't on the side, if she was actually the main, she was content, because if she would have married him, they would have become very powerful and worth more. I think Aaliyah knew he was cheating, but she did not care. And her song, oh, you know what, I'll get into that song in a different video, but I think that they were gonna probably get married and have an open relationship. I mean, just look at Will and Jada. Let's not talk about that. And Beyonce and Jay-Z. Let's not talk about that. But I think that she was going to end up just like these people when it came to Damon. Aaliyah knew that Rachel was the one Damon was in love with, and I think she knew he was screwing her. And she was fully satisfied because he was being seen out with her. But I think he was going to have Rachel on the side. He really loved Rachel. Like, let's be real. Like, we can see it in the pictures with him and Rachel compared to Aaliyah and Damon. I personally feel like some of her songs on the album, on her Aaliyah album, the self-titled album, was about Damon. Like Rock the Boat, I think could have been about Damon. I also think that I Can Be could have been about Damon. That's also the song where she talks about she can be the side woman, and she's totally fine with that. I think those songs really do mean something, but that's me. I feel like Aaliyah was kind of naive when it came to how she should have been treated as a woman, you know. She didn't probably mind being cheated on, because it was said that her and Damon started dating in 2000, and he was supposedly caught out with Rachel. And like I said, her and Damon was like dating, so he could still cheat if he wanted to, but I still think that she wanted that power couple title. Was Aaliyah a gold digger? It kind of sounds like it. I feel like she was after men with money, and I mean no disrespect. I want to say that right now. But I just feel like she was after a man with money. I mean, what woman isn't? We want men who can provide, at least, you know, and that'll treat us like a queen. That's how women should be treated, period. But she was just groomed. Like, that's what she was after, and I feel like that's why she left Jay-Z, because Jay-Z wasn't above Damon, so he wasn't probably worth as much as Damon was. So of course she's gonna leave for Dame, but I feel like she was just after money when it came to Damon, and Damon was after publicity when it came to Aaliyah. And it just all worked out for both of them, you know? She was groomed into money, yeah. Groomed into thinking that it is okay to pick and choose when it comes to men with money. But, I mean, it's all in the past, so it doesn't matter now. But that'll be it for today's video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Do you remember that one night when we fell in love? What we had felt so right, 'cause we had trust. Now it's drowning in our lives. I know we're broken up, you know the feelings deep inside. So what's you, what we've been through?